What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and in this video I'm going to be continuing my level 1 to overpower level 8 playthrough. In the previous video I unlocked OP8. This is actually our first foray into OP8, and now that we're actually OP8, I'm going to go to the Flame Rock Refuge and buy myself an Antagonist. So the Antagonist will be available from the Seraph vendor, which I believe is this way. It's been a while since I've been here, so hopefully I remember. If I remember correctly, it's just across this bridge. So we'll check that out. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for in this particular Antagonist, part-wise and stat-wise. I would guess something below 2.5 second recharge delay. So that one's pretty cool. It's got a high damage reduction. But, we'll go it again. We'll run it again. I think I might go a little bit higher capacity than I have sometimes gone with in the past, or all the time. We'll see, though. After this, we'll work on acquiring new weapons, probably farming the Pimpernels first, and then in another episode, the Lyudas. We'll see about that, though. Alright, unfortunately the Seraph vendor is a little bit of a walk away from the spawn point, but it's not too bad. Obviously we've already farmed all of the Seraph crystals earlier, so that's good. I grow tired of him having so many weapons that I don't want, in there, but that's okay.
I won't let the sorcerer enslave me.
Alright, so we're getting closer to him. And then we'll have to go initiate the whole get a Pimpernel sequence, which will take some time. Because we have level 72 guns. God, enough with the fucking one shield in the Seraph vendor. All this does is make me walk more. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. At the very least, put him right here or something. Something way closer to the spawn point. Because this is a little bit ridiculous. Obviously, we'll be fighting the RNG and a little bit of a walk once we initiate the Pimpernel farming sequence too. So maybe that will be what this episode is about. Oh well.
I must have the crystals. I must.
That one's pretty good. It's got a pretty high recharge rate. It's got a low enough recharge delay, got a good capacity. We'll take it. Plus, I'm just fucking tired of walking at that little path at this point. So, we'll get rid of all of our crap that we don't need now. And once we do that, then we'll head on over to the Washburn Refinery. Okay. Shields are kind of a mixed bag. I mean, you make small alterations in the way you play and everything in order to kind of account for your shield. As far as, what parts you got on your Antagonist and the recharge delay and capacity that it has and everything. I chose a somewhat in the middle one there. I prefer to have a relatively low recharge delay, so that's probably why I did that. Alright, so our level 72 guns aren't going to be very powerful for this. I want to make sure I have on the corrosive one, and I do. So that's good. But the Pimpernel with critical ascension will be more than enough to take out all of these lame robots. So that'll be good. I was able to get a few stacks of critical ascension by that boar, and then I got some quick kills by that boar as well. One interesting thing to note about these guys is that they won't lose their arms until their shield is down. So now that his shield's down, his arms will actually start falling off. Just something to note in case you're trying to immediately disable his gun arms for protection reasons. You can't do that until you've knocked out his shield. Alright, barrels, once again, ruining the gameplay, but such is to be expected. Alright, so we have a good amount of critical ascension and still 2 more enemies to kill. Definitely need to take out that dude's right arm because he's a dick. Okay. Alright, that should give me the follow-through boost that I need to hold enough critical ascension stacks to make it to this badass loader. And we need to get him killed because obviously level 72 guns versus OP8 enemies, less than ideal for most situations. Alright, he dead though, so that's good. Put on my stockpile relic here, we'll open up all of these. We'll talk to this guy and get the... Yes, that quest. Alright. So, I'm going to go ahead, put back on the corrosive bone, and then we'll begin to get some critical ascension as we work through the next few rooms on our way to Pervy. Once we get to Pervy, I am going to save quit, as to not carry 4-player health scaling into the next quest. Don't copy that floppy. Okay. So that guy had a Torgue rifle. Fairly scary, but we beat him. We do have a good shield now for like the first time in the series. So that's pretty cool. All right. So, I mean, the fact that I'm able to get so many critical hits off this guy, kind of a blessing in disguise, because it will allow us to more easily clear the next room where things are going to be a lot more dangerous for us. Once we do get above, 40-ish stacks, against slagged enemies, we're going to absolutely wreck them, so that's good. Alright. Kind of getting an exploder heavy run, but there's nothing wrong with that. That will provide us with extra protection, so that's good. Alright, so the badass's door is opening up. We'll kill that guy. Obviously, in that low ceiling, he can't hit us yet. With his rockets at least. His Torgue rifles shooting through the bars there were pretty effective for a moment, but then we got him killed. Alright, so this is good. Hopefully we can carry some of this critical ascension, all of this critical ascension, to Pervy and take him out easily. Alright. Ooh, don't want to catch that damage over time. That would have been the first OP8 damage over time we caught. The first of many, of course. Okay. You can see now how the critical ascension and the Pimpernel are becoming overpowered even, for being a much lower level than the enemy. Alright. That exploder may have still managed to explode, but it wasn't without my help. Same with that one. Dang, this is an extremely exploder-heavy run. That's okay. This is good. We're up almost to 100 stacks. Well, not really, but we're getting closer to 90 at the very least, which is cool. All right. Alright, so obviously 4-player health scaling is active, which is something to keep in mind. Alright. We might just get up to 100 stacks, I don't know. Not if this guy kills us. Ha! We did get up to 100. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and save quit. And then we'll travel back on to our friend SensorBot. We're going to be sneaky about it. We're going to kill this dude, though, because fuck him. Excellent. Now we have plenty of ammo to be sneaky because he dropped a little bit. And I ruined my sneak attack by awakening those enemies. Luckily, deception is long enough that I'll be okay. Alright. So, now we'll hand this quest in. And then we're going to take that don't copy that floppy quest. Again, we're going to save quit, gets me back to the start quicker. And then at this point in time, instead of fast traveling, I'm going to take the little path to Wormwater. Once we do this, then I'm going to go get the 5 floppies that we need, save quit to get right back to this gate, and then we'll go put the save file into read-only mode so that I can farm for multiple pimpernels. I guess I'm going to make a little tutorial video on how to do that because some people have asked about it, and I'll try to get that done this weekend. Alright, so avoiding these guys here because, you know, I really don't want to fight them. One thing I should have definitely done is bought ammo before this because that was really stupid not to, but we're going to be okay. Now, instead of fighting through these sandworms over here, I'm probably going to try to execute a grenade jump in order to get me up fighting the pirates quicker. We need to be careful about how we engage the pirates, obviously, because I do only have 25 ammo, which isn't ideal by any stretch of the imagination. And I just wasted one of my grenades. So that's cool. Alright, putting back on my grenade now. And I believe some of the first enemies spawning will start spawning right over here. There are 3 chests up there, so if I open those while low on ammo and wearing a stockpile relic, it's very likely that the game will gift me many more ammo, which is good. That said, I definitely want to put on my Firebone of the Ancients here. I would also like for that dude to kill himself, but he stopped way short of that. So instead, I'm going to kill him. Alright. So I guess it's good that 2 of them spawned as exploders. We're continuing our trend from the Washburn Refinery there. Alright, so now I'm going to throw on that stockpile relic like I was talking about. Gonna avoid picking up that piece of ammo until after I open all 3 of these. Perfect, and now I'll have plenty of ammo for the next thing that we need to do. Oh, there was even another box over here that I could have opened. It still benefited us. Okay, so now we have plenty of ammo. I'm definitely putting on the Firebone of the Ancients again. Definitely a very potent relic for Zero to wear. Not only does it increase his cooldown, which obviously, you know, increases his damage and his, oh wow, they give you a ton of ammo chest here. His damage and his survivability, because he can go into deception more often. The elemental damage boost is multiplicative and it's extremely beneficial. Alright, so this will start with a number of plunderers. Obviously, this isn't the first time in this series that we've done this quest. So, that's cool. Alright, I'll go up and check on those relics by the end of this. But, obviously, Wow, what a polite dude. He doesn't want to walk across any of the stuff. He needs to run down those stairs. That's weird. The other one must be near as well. Alright. Some melee zero action there. Alright. Looking for the pirate mercenaries that will be spawning now. These guys suck, by the way. Alright. Ooh, one of them's dead, so that's good. Awesome. All right. Using their tactics on them, except one of them just got me real bad, so I'm probably going to die. All right. Not quite. But almost. Luckily, there are no gun enemies to accent these dudes at the moment, because that could be bad for me. Alright, so as soon as that one comes back, I'm going to get him slagged, and then we're going to kill him. Oh my gosh, and he immediately disappeared again. That's cute. Why are you doing this? Alright, so now we'll be facing gun enemies. We'll need to be a little bit careful about how we engage them, I guess. Especially if they're going to have a fire sniper rifle.
And I disappear, a ghost amidst the combat, preparing to strike. Precision.
Alright. So now there's another pirate mercenary. I think he'll follow me pretty far back here. And if I can, I would like to fight him independent of the gun enemies. So I'm going to walk around back here and see if he doesn't come on over. If he doesn't, I'll engage these dudes from afar without him. Oh, here he is. I knew he'd come over. He's usually pretty good about that. Of course, when they do disappear, they obviously lose slag, which is a pretty poor mechanic in my mind, but whatever. We're going to defeat him regardless. Alright. So, that one appears to have a good gun, but obviously he's very vulnerable to a Pimpernel, so that worked out for us. Definitely get this dude unshielded. And then we'll try to kill him. Perfect. Looks like we finally started to drop our floppy disk that we need, so that's a good thing. I don't think that pirate mercenary that I killed back there dropped one, so we'll check over here. Looks like there are 2 in sight, which means I need 1 more. I do know that there are usually some powder monkeys that spawn up here. Yeah, there we go. Obviously, like I said, this is not the first time we've done this in this playthrough. All right. Okay. So we'll get our last thing. Now we're going to go save quit inside of the Washburn Refinery, and then I'm going to set my save file to read only. Like I said, I'm going to make a tutorial about that eventually. Not yet. Just to satisfy my need to do this, I'm going to make sure I have max ammo before I save quit here. Alright, setting my save file to read only. Be right back. Alright, so we should be good now to farm for multiple pimpernels. What I'm looking for is definitely a Banberry Malawan gripped slag pimpernel. Banberry is the fire rate prefix, and that's what I like best on the slag pimpernel at the very least. Beyond that, I want Malawan grip on everything, every element, shock, corrosive, and fire. And on the actual attack elements, I would take either Banberry or barking. Barking obviously is the base damage prefix. Regardless of that, or beyond that, I guess, I don't really want to settle. These are my OP8 Pimpernels, the ones I'm going to use forever. So, I want them to be good. So, we'll hand the quest in, and we can immediately see. That's a Hyperion Grip Monsters prefix. We don't want it. So, instead, I'm going to go ahead and save quit here. And then we're going to highlight or reselect our character, go in again, and we'll have the quest active again. And we'll go ahead, or when I say active, I mean ready to turn in. It's not our HUD quest or anything, but you can see the green check mark on SensorBot's location. That was a good jump. Sometimes I can't make that jump. It makes me happy when I get it. Okay. So that was some pretty good sneaking. Alright, let's see what SensorBot has for us. I didn't see. Alright, so I can tell that that's Vladoff grip. No, don't want it. Plus it's the accuracy prefix, which is pretty much useless. Let's go in again. This may take some time. This may be a several episodes deal. I might get passing ones now and leave the save file as it is and just switch it back to read-write after a certain point, but don't hand this quest in permanently. That way I have the option to come back and get greater pimpernels if this begins to take too long. Alright. So, that's fashionable with the Hyperion grip. No, don't want it. So, like I said, this here is not something that we really have control over. One irritating thing about this is that it makes absolutely no sense to me personally. You only get one chance at a quest item, and if you get a quest item with absolutely shitty parts, well, traditionally you only get one chance at a quest item, not if you're doing it like this. But if you get one with really shitty parts, you might not experience that item, whether it be a shield, a gun, whatever, to its fullest potential, and that could negatively impact your game experience. Okay, you can just tell right away that that is a Hyperion grip, and the monsters prefix adds to the magazine size, so we get a magazine size of 8, which is still less than the base magazine size for for a Malawan grip. So we're definitely not going with that. In fact, I don't think we've gotten a Malawan grip yet, so that really sucks. I guess basically there are 4 different elements of Pimpernel. It can come in shock, slag, fire, and corrosive. There are 5 different grips: Jacob, Hyperion, Malawan, Dahl, and Vladoff. I only want one grip, the Malawan grip. And from that, I only want 2 of the available prefixes, of which I believe there are like 6 or 8. I'm not entirely certain on that. Obviously, some of them aren't as good as others. So that is shock. It is the Malawan grip, but it has the dandy accessory, which is the accuracy accessory, which is pretty much useless. So I don't want that. Like I said, Banberry or barking. And yeah, I'm being kind of particular on this, but if I don't have good ones, it's not going to be very fun to play. And so we're not or it will still be fun to play. I shouldn't say it won't be very fun to play, but it would be less fun, and it would irritate me knowing that I don't have a proper one. Yeah, I mean, it takes so long to get what you want, and this is completely ignoring scopes and stocks. So, yeah. That's Jacob's grip with the gentleman's prefix, no thank you. Well, we've pulled quite a few so far, and we still don't have one that we want, which is not very fun. Not very fun at all. But, hopefully we find one we want eventually, I don't know. Obviously, this wasn't an intended way to play the game, but, I mean, I'm not the first person to use this little exploit, so, you know, there are quite a few people who do it and everything, and I can tell you that probably no one enjoyed it. This is basically just delayed gibbing. You're just waiting until the game gives you the parts you want. It's not very fun. Not very fun at all. I definitely don't want a Sublime one. I could see where a Sublime Slag one could be a useful tool if you were really using Killing Blow a lot, which I have been doing in the recent times while my weapons have been underleveled and everything. But that's not what I want right now, and I definitely don't want it on like a Fire or Corrosive or Shock one.
You just set off my trap card.
Okay. So, what do we get? Sublime with the Hyperion grip. Oh boy, this is exhilarating. This is not very fun. This is not very fun at all. I don't know. I just, you know? Perhaps I could use some herbal mind-enhancing substances to make this a little bit more enjoyable and take the edge off, but I'm not going to do that. I could, but I'm not going to. Alright, we'll do that while the video's rendering. Instead, we're going to come up here and continue to farm for this stuff, and it's really reaching a, you know, critical mass at the moment. It's getting more and more fun here as we continue to get more and more useless pimpernels. Yeah, this legitimate farming thing, it's, you know, yeah, it's really awesome. Keeps me entertained. Ah, shit. Forgot to do the thing. Okay, I could tell because the little green thing wasn't on the minimap. Alright, so we're gonna get the perfect slag pimpernel this time, I can tell. It's even gonna have dull scope and dull stock, because the chances of it are so high. The chances of actually getting a perfect one, that would be Malawan grip, Banberry, dull stock, dull scope, in slag, are so low. Ugh. It's not as if anyone who has a gun can't easily customize that gun. Like, switching out an optic or a stock on a weapon is something that even a novice could do. I mean, I don't understand, especially since there are so many parts that are quite apparently interchangeable on these weapons. The fact that no one has the ability to change those just seems weird, you know? Like, who is assembling the weapons if no one the player ever contacts or comes in contact with can assemble them? Except Marcus very well does assemble some gun that's been in a Skag's belly, you know, for that one quest, the Stomper. So the Captain Scarlet's prefix means that it has no element. So we get Malawan grip here on corrosive, and then it doesn't even have an element. So that sucks. That's just a waste of potential there. Like I said, I'm really looking for the good ones here. I'm not trying to take something that is acceptable. I want something that I will actually like to have. And I'm not really going to like to have one that is labeled Captain Scarlet's Pimpernel, knowing that it's either missing out on a significant amount of fire rate or base damage by the simple virtue that it doesn't have the correct accessory, which can never be re-added, you know, via any player effort or progress or anything like that. Hopefully that is something they adjust in Borderlands 3. I think that they could definitely add a lot to the game in that regard. 2 Captain Scarlet prefixes in a row. That is just not fun. Not fun at all. I'm not sure what the weighting is as far as if the Captain Scarlet's prefix is more or less likely to occur than any other prefix. I'm hoping it's a flat roll, but I'm not entirely certain. A flat roll, or maybe the Captain Scarlet's prefix is lower than others. That would really be ideal. I would love for it to be Barking or Banberry every single time, but that doesn't seem very likely. Oh, good. So this is Malawan grip, but a 3rd Captain Scarlet's prefix in a row. Oh boy. Brings a smile to my face, man. Alright, let's continue here. We're going to get at least one before this episode ends, and then I think I'm going to cut it off because that is beginning to test my patience. Getting better at that jump. So, I mean, at least skills were acquired in this episode at the very least. Okay. Was that another Captain Scarlet's? I think it was. Oh my gosh, we're just having a run of them. It's brilliant. Yikes. Surely, at this point, we've earned a proper Pimpernel, but probably not. And then, obviously, once we've farmed for proper Pimpernels, we can then go farm for a suite of Lyutas as well, which will be thoroughly entertaining, as it always is. Legitimate farming, man. That's where the game is at. Alright. So we're coming up here. Let's talk to Censorbot. Fashionable. That is worthless. Fashionable and Hyperion grip. Extra worthless. Alright. We're going to go at it again. Just to piss him off a little bit. Definitely missed the jump that time. Alright. Come on, dude. Monstrous with the Jacob's grip? I don't know. It's shitty. I can tell you that much. Ugh. Come on. Malawan grip, Banberry, slag. Malawan grip, Banberry, slag. Or the same thing in any other element. Or Malawan barking in fire, corrosive, or shock. Any of those things could do. So, there are plenty of options that could work for us, but the game is choosing from a higher number of options that aren't for us at the moment. So, and once we find one that we're actually looking for, it narrows the possibilities of getting a good one again. Banberry. But the stupid Vladoff grip, I believe. So, that sucks. And then I bet when I finally do find an appropriate combination of stock element and, not stock, grip element and accessory, I'm sure it's going to come with like the Hyperion scope and Jacob stock, just to really sour my mood. But whatever. Alright, I'm getting pretty good at this run to Censorbot. At the very least, we're making progress in that regard. Gentleman's Pimpernel with the Malawan grip. I mean, it's acceptable. This is the first one that I'm actually taking back to Claptrap Stash. Because That's like the third best we could get, probably. It's still not good. It's still not good. So we're going to go to the Claptrap's place, because there happens to be a vault here. Not a vault, excuse me, a Claptrap stash. There is a vault here too, of course, but putting it in there and then reselecting our read-only save would be of little use. Instead, we're going to put it on, or in this little Claptrap secret stash, for which the memory is stored in a completely different file. So, if we put that in here, even if I save quit and then reselect my read-only save, if we go back there, it would still be in there. And that is the way in which we farm for multiple pimpernels. Alright, so we continue. We have one meh fire one. I would much prefer barking than gentleman's, but gentleman's is much better than Sublime or Captain Scarlet's or Dandy or Fashionable or Monstrous, so we do have that going for us. Banberry with the Hyperion grip, that sucks. Alright. Hopefully the game quits being lame before too long. It seems very unlikely, considering what we're looking for is a very small subset of what is available, but we can dream. Just like Censorbot. Ooh. Put myself in a bad spot here. I'm going to wait till Deception's at least 3/4 of the way cooled down. Alright, fuck it. Sublime. Jacob's grip. Ugh. I have to admit that it's really not getting funner or more fun as we do this. It's it's getting less fun. This is the opposite of what I was led to believe would happen. People said I would feel a sense of pride and accomplishment for farming for my gear legitimately. I feel the opposite. This farming legitimately thing, I could never see as a source of pride, other than taking pride in the fact that I have time to waste, which I guess is an accomplishment. Barking with the, I think that's doll grip. It's regardless, it's shitty. So, save quit. Yeah. Yeah, I really don't derive any joy from this at all. Farming legitimately for these weapons. I think it will be fun once we have them to go then kill things at OP8. But this particular step, not really my cup of tea. Speaking of things that are not my cup of tea, cups of tea are really not my cup of tea. You know, in the figurative sense there. I'm not a big tea drinker. I don't really like tea. I think it's disgusting. Alright. Sublime. Oh, fuck yeah. Give me more ones with blades on it, you stupid fucking robot. It's like the same thing over and over again, like that Bill Murray movie. Except we don't get to do any cool shit as a result. We just get to live the same boring shit as a result. I'm getting better at timing that jump onto that storage container, though. Really, you don't even need deception unless you fuck up. It's pretty easy just to run past everything. Dandy with the flat off grip, I think. I don't know. Hyperion, I know what it looks like. Malawan, I know what it looks like because it has 10 on the card. Jacob's, I think I know what it looks like. Yeah, so I think I know what they all look like. At this point. At the start of the series, I didn't. If you take your time and jump to the railing and then to the shipping container, you really can't miss. Dang, look how big our new shield is. It was enough to take 2 punches from those guys. Interesting. Fashionable Hyperion grip. That blows. I can't believe there are some people foolish enough to say that shields are placebos at OP8. Or just Ultimate Vault Hunter mode in general. And that was like an actual video that someone made. What a fucking chode. Alright. We're gonna come through here and eventually find the Pimpernel that we need. It's getting good, this legitimate farming thing. It's really becoming my cup of tea, considering I don't like cups of tea. Alright. What do we have here? Captain Scarlet's with Hyperion grip. It does have a good scope and stock, though. So what a good time to waste those. Dang, we have not found one that was in the initial criteria that I was looking for. We have found a fire one that is like towing the line of acceptable. It's like almost there, but just knowing that it's Gentleman's when I really want barking, because obviously it's mathematically superior to the Gentleman's one. Yeah, it bothers me a little bit. What do we have here, Sensorbot? Sublime, thank you. Truly a sublime experience that we are enjoying and taking part in right now. Real fun. I'm going to do 10 more runs at this. This is the first of 10. If this doesn't work, we're cutting it off. Can't do this forever. Lose my mind. Got to do it in small bursts. I think this is the time we find one that we need. I'm hoping. I forgot to even reselect my thing. So that was a waste. We're doing 10 more runs. That was the first time I walked all the way to Sensorbot. I think I got like halfway there earlier before I realized I forgot. But that time I got all the way there, so that sucked. Alright, so as we work up here, I'm getting very tired, for one thing. But for a second, we got Gentleman's with the Vladoff grip. So, that sucks. 1 down, 9 to go. Hopefully, somewhere in this 9, we find one that would be good. Because I've found, nothing, basically. At least we can use that new fire one to farm Gettle and Mobley if we truly needed to. Ugh. Speaking of, I don't even really want to farm Mobley. Gettle's the only thing I want to farm. Mobley serves 0 benefit to us now. He did help us level us up at one point in time. Jacob's with the fashionable. He did help us out at one point in time as far as gaining levels go, because he provided a decent amount of experience and was a fairly easy kill. But now that we're max level, and I don't despise the Varrook, but I never see myself using the Varrook, there's really no reason to deal with Mobley at all. I wish we could fight 17 Gettles that spawned inside one another so that it only took 1 boar shot to kill 17 of them. That's what should spawn, is a Gettle inside of our Gettle. We need to get Exhibit on the line and have that going. Alright, Dandy. Fuck yeah. Because that's what I need, is for a sniper to be more accurate, despite the fact that I have pointed at one with the gun, and it's pretty much laser accurate to begin with. That did have a Malawan grip, though. But you can see my ultimate prejudice in passing up a shitty accessory. We're just not going to settle for shit. Too often people settle for shit. I usually don't participate in that. If I need something, I get it. Alright. Not some inferior trash version of it either. I get what I actually want. Alright, so we're coming up here, and monstrous. Fuck yeah. I forgot count. We've got 5 more runs to go, I think. I didn't reselect my save there. We'll do 6. 6 more runs. I've lost count. I said 10 a while back. We have 6 more. I'm going to try to keep a better count now. Ugh. I like that the antagonist generates stacks of rising shot. I'm also glad that if it happens to generate those stacks of rising shot from an enemy's weapon that doesn't happen to be a sniper rifle, it doesn't deplete your critical ascension stacks, which is cool. Ooh, Jacobs with the Captain Scarlet's grip. Or Captain Scarlet's prefix. Fun. Which is really a lack of prefix. So, 5 more runs. Ooh, I wonder if we get anything. Could be exciting. Probably not. Ooh, I missed. We've recovered. Monstrous. With shock. And the Malawan scope and the Hyperion stock. I won't settle. Fuck it. Alright. 4 more runs. Monstrous is the magazine size, so it adds 2 to the magazine, which isn't the worst thing. It would give us a magazine size of 17 instead of 15, but in comparison to what base damage increase or fire rate increase could provide us, that just seems so poor in comparison. Especially since at 1 with the gun and killer really mitigate Zero's reload times anyway. Sublime. Fuck. 3 more. Ugh. 3 more. We'll get one. I'm remaining optimistic here. Maybe. Quest farming. The best kind of farming, really. It's farming without killing anything. It's more ethical. People for the ethical treatment of robots, Peter, if you will, would very much appreciate me being kind to these enemies and sparing them. Peter's a pile of shit, in case you didn't know. Fuck those people. I hope they all die. Okay, so we're going to come up here and let's see what we get. Barking with doll grip. 3 more. Alright. 3 more, huh? We'll figure it out. Even if this takes 17 straight hours of this, we'll get it done. Eventually. Maybe not. Maybe I'll give up and settle for shit. I really don't want to. I really, really don't want to. But maybe. Alright, what do you have for us this time, Censorbot? You've only got 3 more tries in this episode. Quit giving me Dandy, you bitch. Like, there's no way to get what you want. And that sucks. That really, really sucks. There's a pretty cool spider on my desk right now. If he acts a fool, I'ma fucking end him. But if he just wants to chill, he can chill. He's just kind of sitting there. He can sit there. Okay. 2 more runs here. I don't usually get spiders. It's kind of weird. Gentlemen's with the Hyperion grip. What a kick in the dick. That's like literally the first spider I've ever gotten at this room. Not a huge one. It's about, I'd say, a little bit less than quarter-sized. It's a cool little spider. Spiders don't necessarily freak me out as bad as some people. I'm not saying I want them on my face or anything, but I can appreciate the benefit that they provide. I mean, I find flies to be a lot more annoying than spiders. Flies, you know, constantly buzz around your ears and try to land on your face and stuff. And spiders just kind of make cobwebs for the most part. Like, the vast majority of them are harmless to humans. Barking Pimpernel, Hyperion Grip. Oh, you dick. One more. I'm getting just a feeling that this one's going to be it. So, as always, guys, I thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. At the very least, in this episode, we got a new shield that I like. So, we accomplished one thing in our OP8 gear checklist, which is relatively extensive. So, progress, you know? We've also at least unlocked the quest to find a Pimpernel. Haven't quite figured it out yet, but we're working on it. And so that's something. Barking with the Malawan grip. I mean, I would like Banberry for that, but whatever, we'll take that one. Alright, so we'll go put that in Claptrap stash, and that's when we'll end this episode. I mean, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Especially with the slag one, though. I would really like that fire rate because, you know, we'd slag more things quicker. But I guess if I get a good placement with this one, it's now more likely to cause a one-shot, one-kill. Perhaps. I don't know. It's decent. We can get by with that. But geez. You know what I mean? That still kind of sucks. Alright, so this is the end, guys. As always, I thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. Otherwise, I do hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys.